competition is real. You touch the rock, you run down the hill, and it is a beautiful venue. Clemson has become one of the most difficult places to play in the ACC, if not college football. These fans are electric and dynamic. Call it Death Valley for a reason. This is where teams' dreams come to die. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. And the Longhorns headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Looking for a crease. It's Davidson. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Give to the back. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And to keep this opening drive going, they'll need to convert 3rd and 1. Looking to throw for it. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. On the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for room. It's Smothers. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. And they squelched that play so fast. Can you even still call it a sweep?
You can sweep that play under the rug and not run it again because it was very unsuccessful.
The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To throw, Manning. Unloads to the wideout. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Manning from the gun on third down. He tries to take the top off. He's got it on the right. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, third down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and, you know, that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those third downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that third down a little bit better. They got to snatch some momentum back, and you got to tackle better, man. You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You got to accomplish the mission.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Throwing Manning. They're all over it, and he never had a chance.
And that is what every single defense wants, man. They got to get those negative plays so you can put them in predictable situations. They gave up some yardage, but that's okay. Getting the sack, now forcing the 3rd and long. Gear up the pass rushers, bring in some extra DBs, and try to go get them again.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Now here's Manning. Right side, it's Brown. At the 20, he's got space. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
And that play works because the QB did an unbelievable job. He's going through his progressions. He's sitting in the pocket, and he sees, man, a lot of space out to his right. I get the ball to my playmaker, and he does the rest. This is what's so fun about him. He's going to make the catch. He's going to make people miss, use his speed to make big plays.
They'll run it. It's Smothers. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Right back to it. Breaks the tackle. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They took it 71 yards down the field and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They give it to him again. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson first down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Straight ahead, it's Davidson. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to run, it's Davidson. Maybe a crease. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Touchdown, Tigers! Put 6 on the board.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. From the gun, it's Smothers. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Handoff again. Nowhere to go.
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on an RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on 3rd down. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that's absolutely going to be one of the keys to this football game. Keep the rabbit in the cage, man. Don't let him get outside that pocket, start bouncing out wide. That's where he'll do a lot of his damage with all that speed. That is a big key for this defense. Great job here early in the football game.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Plummer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Quick give. It's Davidson. gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off play action. Throws toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Looking for more room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Manning on play action. Under pressure. Takes a hit as he fires.
We're still early in this ball game, but this QB has been hit several times already, been sacked. This is one of those games that the ice bath is going to be your friend afterwards. We're just getting started. It's still in the first quarter, for goodness sakes.
Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 40. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line. What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they got it 1st and 10 from the 28. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. First down, right back to Brown. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Brown running left. Defense all over him.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
He's there to make the stop.
And great job getting in the backfield, making it very difficult to him to make reads and understand what the heck's going on. Bottling him up, that's the biggest thing. When you play a running quarterback, you want to bottle him up. You want to set those edges really, really firm and make him turn back inside where all the big boys are coming, and you don't let that speed get to the outside.
This crowd knows when to bring it. Now here's Manning. He makes a grab. He's going to come up a couple of yards short in the first down. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was, but now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
He's not going to get there. The defense with Shore tackling to stop him a few yards short.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. On the run, fires downfield. Oh, and he just dropped it. So close to his second interception of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
The run inside. It's Davidson. Powers ahead, gets 4. He's down at the 10.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. The quick out. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the first down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the first down.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They give it back to him. And he could not get loose on the run. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that 3rd and long.
Well, he hasn't called his own number very often in this game. That actually is the first time he's taken off and scrambled, but it was a really good decision. He's been killing this defense through the air. You've seen the arm talent. You've seen the accuracy. That time, really nice decision to tuck it and get what he can get. He's got this defense on their heels.
The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Davidson. They put the brakes on it.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
They'll ride him again. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Throws to the wideout. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. The Texas offense makes its way out to begin the drive. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field.
Upstairs, he's got it. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Bird Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
Yeah, making those big plays down the field. Texas, when you think about great teams, you think about explosive playmakers, making those big plays, keeping those defenses on their heels.
Motion from the wide receiver. Manning. Working the middle, it's complete. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They'll move the tight end. Hits inside, it's Brown. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
It's getting loud in here, and they may raise the dues on Ipte if they can stop him on third down. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up fourth down as this defense makes a play.
How about that? You don't see those touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
Trying to get in the corner. He'll pitch it. Sweet cut there. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Arch Madness. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Get it out to the supersonic guy. And the Longhorns want to move quickly. Again, it's Brown. He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with fourth. They converted fourth down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. Keep it on the ground. It's Brown. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage, and the defense holds.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on fourth and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that fourth down play.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Running inside, it's Davidson. They'll give him 4 on the pickup. It's 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Selling the fake. Oh, pressure's coming. Just got rid of that one.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Straight ahead, it's Davidson. Fights off a defender. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off, and he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Drops back on 1st down. It's dropped after taking the hit.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Long way to go on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Just feeds to running back. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down.
And I really like the belief and the discipline by this QB because he drops back. He wants to throw the football. He sees it's covered, but he says, I can go get it, and takes off and barely gets enough for the 1st down. But way to pull the trigger, run it, and run it with authority.
Fires it incomplete. Second and long here. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It's complete. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a 1st down just outside the red zone. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Intercepted. A 1st half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Nothing says my offense stinks like punting on 1st down. And that's where they'll have to down it, just inside the 50-yard line. And that'll do it. Here in the 2nd quarter, halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. He'll put total leather and get this 2nd half started. He'll bring it out. It's Lockett. He'll be brought down at the 22. And good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Tigers take over and they'll send out the offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Tells to run, wants to pass. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and the first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
On the run, it's Davidson. Pull to the ground.
Well, the offense got themselves in a bad position to start, but a nice change up there, handing it off and getting a lot of the yardage back, David, now to set up third and at least a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, and when it's third and forever like that, I'm thinking pass. So great job slipping the run in there. Running back now putting them in a better position. But defensively, I still got them in third and long, still in a good situation here.
Shoots it to the left. He makes a catch. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
From the gun, it's Davidson. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
Right back to the well. Stop right there.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
On third down, he drops to throw. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
And that's not a surprise. When a QB lines up and sees man-to-man coverage on his guy that runs so fast on the GPS that it's speeding in a school zone, like this dude can absolutely roll. He sees man coverage, tries to take advantage of it. They don't execute on that play. But if you want to play that defense, I think you'll get that pattern a lot from that guy.
Here comes the Texas offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. There he goes. The 50. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down to the 42.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. A give to Brown. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Gonna run it. It's Smothers. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Might as well run him again. He gets it to the 38-yard line, but this defense forces a fourth down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. Fourth down, Manning. Fires to the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. Man, oh man, these offenses just haven't been able to find any room to get things going, David.
And to quote the great philosopher, Reese Davis, this is very ungood. Just nothing working for this offense, Palmer. They got to find something.
Well, the plays look good against the scout team during the week in practice, but they have just not been able to find a rhythm against this defense today.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Kept the last one on the ground. Now they'll throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
That's the game it's kind of been. It's been a defensive struggle on both sides, and it's kind of like a tennis match. Which team and which offense is going to be able to break serve? That time, poor job in pass protection. The quarterback has got to find a way to get rid of that football and not take the negative play. But this has been a defensive war so far.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Making his first move. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Longhorns head out hoping to move the ball on this possession. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Play action, here's Manning. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Arch is going to throw for it. Lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play, and the wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Manning. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
All even here in the third quarter as they get set to snap it on 2nd and 10. Calls his own number. Breaks into the open. He is wrestled down at the 17-yard line. They've got a first down in the red zone.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football downfield in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football. But when I do that, I give the running back space. And right there, you could tell he takes advantage of it.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Caught! He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3.
And, man, it's really nice when you start to have a QB that understands exactly what the situation is. Third down, like my execution, not try to make big plays. How can I move the sticks, get myself another set of downs? Nice job by the QB understanding that, being on the same page with his receiver, and getting a fresh set of downs.
They fought tooth and nail through 3, and it is all locked up as we take a look at the stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line. They've been denied on 2 of their 3 previous red zone trips, looking to pay this one off with a touchdown. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Longhorns! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And now this offense needs a late fourth quarter drive to answer that last touchdown. Quick give. It's Davidson. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Out wide left, it's Moore. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Rain, 67 Joker! Rain, 67 Joker! Rain at the end!
Fresh set of downs going up top. He's going to throw deep right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
The run inside. It's Haynes. Brought down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off.
And those 4th and 3, 4th and 4 situations are really tough. Is it a passing situation? Is it a running situation? I really got to see my keys, go get it. Defense was just a step slow. They give up the 4th down run.
Fresh center downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Johnson. And he's brought down after a short gain. Third and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Going long. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And some people won't like that, but I like aggressiveness, and that's who they are as an offense, so it's okay to be aggressive. But I know one thing now. After that fourth down stop and you're trailing, I'm going to need my defense to be aggressive. It's going to be a big possession right here in the fourth quarter to get me the football back.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks, and make plays.
On third down, here's Brown. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Well, I think this running back has proved in this game here tonight that he can be counted on and relied on, right? And a big moment right here, late in the game when they need to run the ball to ice this thing, he's able to deliver.
And the Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. They go play action with Manning. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. That defensive end came off the ball with one goal in mind, and he was headed for the quarterback.
When you get off that fast and you're already on an edge as a 4-3 defensive end, a lot of times all you got to do is win with your hands, and you can get to the quarterback. Nice job rushing the passer. Nice technique. Nice job working around the corner. And nice job getting that quarterback and getting the sack.
The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed.
We talk about having to have it. We needed to force the turnover. We had to get the football back. They're in such a good position to run out the clock, try to win. No, sir. Our ball, first down.
The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. What a huge play, what a huge mistake that was with that last interception, and now this offense has a chance late. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gives it. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Hits inside. It's Haynes. Turning it on!
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Tells to fake. He unleashes a long one. Underneath toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
comes the Texas offense back on the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The clock has stopped for the timeout, and we have reached the final 2 minutes in this one.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. One more time, it's Brown. Nice move to keep running. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
Running inside. It's Simon. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this 2nd down play? A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Here's Arts to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Clemson. This defense making a big play, putting it in the end zone.
And at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Paul? Gets the pick 6 to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the 4th quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Here's Manning to throw. Fires to the wideout. Connection to the right. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. I'm trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of it to make big plays.
Looking to pass. It's Manning. Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. At that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
Rush right in his face. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
And that's a play the quarterback just has to throw it away. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute situation trailing the way they are. The clock's still running, so at minimum you throw that football away.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And every defensive coordinator in the country will tell you, you want to get the 3rd and long, obvious passing situations. Because they won 2nd down and they got that big sack, they put them in the predictable 3rd down, they win and probably force the punt here.
Manning to throw for it on 4th. He wants a big play here late. And he's got it. He's got it for a touchdown. And here in the final minute, they're a single point behind. And they are a mere extra point away from tying this game. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Straight ahead, it's Haynes. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. DBs will try to keep everything in front. He'll be thinking about that one. Almost an interception.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Clemson will send the punt team out. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. To throw, Manning. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. The pressure was rising, drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Texas! They take the lead here in overtime. The all-important extra point would push this lead to 7. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. From the gun, it's Haynes. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground. Rides to the back. There he goes.
What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
Man, you play the whole game. Now it's coming down to what? A couple of plays. It's in overtime. You're starting to move the ball closer to the opponent's end zone. Got to make a play. Got to protect the football. What's your go-to play after watching this whole game develop?
Tough run here. It's Haynes. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. First play of this drive. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Quick give. It's Haynes. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Awesome job. Run the football, right? It's really basic. Go to those plays you know can get you first downs, get you some extra set of downs, then you can go make big plays.
1st and goal, down a touchdown. They have to get it in the end zone. Sells to run, looking to pass. Hates a catch. Touchdown, Tigers. They got it in, and now an extra point away from the tie. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Now 1st down here in the 2nd overtime. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Wants to throw on first. Throws to the wideout. Left side, it's Moore. Perfectly thrown ball. Nice catch. Good tackle, but it's 1st and goal from the 5. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
Flag 18! Flag 18!
2nd down, gonna throw it. Stepping to the right. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play.
And absolutely nothing doing there on the quarterback run. Defense takes all the gaps away. They use their speed to force him to the sidelines. He didn't even gain any yards, guys, before going out of bounds.
He wants it all. Touchdown, Clemson. They take the lead here in the 2nd overtime period. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
They got it, executed beautifully, and the lead is 8 in double OT. They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. Throwing Manning. Quickly complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
The Longhorns have pushed it inside the 20. Sets his feet. It's Manning. Rushes on. Touchdown, Texas! With that, now a 2-point conversion away from triple overtime.
Man, what a great response by this offense. Going down the field, scoring the touchdown now. I got to go for 2. I know the new overtime rules. They changed this years ago. Jesse, you should work on this in practice. What's your go-to 2-point play right here?
I'll tell you, after running the ball as well as they did on that last touchdown, I could see them doing it again. I think they've got confidence in the big fellas up front to get it done, find a way into the end zone, and be more physical.
And now it's all 2-point conversion attempts from here on out. Manning. If he houses this, it's ball game. They are stopped on the 2-point try, and now it'll be up to the defense. They got the stop, now to win it with a 2. From the gun, he'll try to throw. They can't convert. That short yardage, condensed area, nobody got the 2, and we play on. Let's do it again, guys, shall we? And we'll see just how far down the play sheet they have to go for this 2-point try. The snap sets up to throw. If he runs this back, this game's over. They got it done with the 2, and now they hold the edge deep in overtime.
I love the effort by the field goal unit. They don't just take the play off. They don't hang their heads. They rush the extra point. Look at that. Get their hand up, get a paw on it, pick it up, and take it all the way back for 2 points and gain some momentum for this defense.
What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays and big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.